Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. In the most recent roadmap roundup, it has been confirmed that the Argo SRV will be in the 3.21.x release branch. Of course, this has been mentioned by a lot of content creators, but mostly as a side note. And I think that they are underestimating exactly how disruptive and transformative this ship is going to be. This ship has the potential to be the most disruptive ship ever to happen to the game, with the possibility to change literally everything. In fact, it might even have the potential to change more than everything. So let's dig into what this will change and how, bearing in mind that whether it changes will depend on whether it is actually implemented the way it was promised. But if so, this is going to be the essential ship, perhaps not so much in owning one yourself, but being friends with somebody who does. Everybody doing fleet planning for an org is going to seriously need to evaluate how the SRV will fit into their operations. First, mining. Right from the start, the SRV has been described as being able to tow mineable asteroids. This means that the SRV will be the ultimate mining scout vehicle. Unlike other mining scout choices, it not only can find the choice asteroids, but bring them to the prospector or mole. This way, the prospector or mole does not have to expend any time on traveling. They just stick to the cracking and extracting and let the rocks come to them from the SRV scouts, maximizing profit per hour. And since the mole or prospector won't have to move to the rocks, where the mole or prospector does stay can be driven by other considerations. For example, the primary balance on Quantanium mining is that the material has to be brought to the refinery quickly once extracted. And a big part of the critical time is the journey from the mining point to the refinery. But what if it isn't? What if you set yourself up only a minute from the refinery and have your SRVs bring the Quantanium-containing asteroids, whole and still stable, to you? The whole risk part of the equation is minimized. And then there are the promised mining missions, where size will fight over the ability to mine an attractive field. But why? Slide a few SRVs, grab some of the choice racks, and get out of there to your mole safe place. But wouldn't the other org want to stop you from doing that? Well, more likely, they're going to be too busy doing exactly the same thing themselves. Second, salvage. The headline capability of the SRV is, of course, towing ships. This means that everything I said that applied to having the SRV be the ultimate mining scout vehicle also applies to having the SRV be the ultimate salvage scout ship. The only reason to ever have to move your reclaimer to the wreckage is if the SRVs, plural, can't bring the wreckage to you. This means that the movement of your reclaimer and vultures become less of a matter of necessity and more a matter of operational tactics. Do you position your reclaimer where the center of where you are likely to find wrecks to reduce towing time, near the destination of the salvage goods generated, or at a location most easily defended? Between the ability to bring asteroids to a central location and the ability to bring salvage to a central location, expect the industrial-focused orgs to create informal base locations where their operations occur, being able to create a hub-and-spoke logistics system from there. Then there is the presumption of all of our salvage missions, both time salvage and the ordinary salvage, and that is you have to go to where the wreck is. Why that now? Just pop in an SRV, pop out with the mission wreck. Number 3, piracy. Currently, the model of piracy in the verse requires that in order to profit from piracy, you have to disable and board the ship and then begin a long process of transloading the cargo to another ship and in bringing in a vulture or reclaimer to salvage it. But with the SRV, you can just roll in your buddy and they pay you to tow the whole thing out of there. Moreover, the whole SRV towing, salvaging, and fencing things can be gray hat rather than black hat. The SRV and all won't likely get a crime stat and therefore won't have to worry about bounty hunters and prison times. 4. Counter-Piracy and trading. But the same thing also applies for counter-piracy. If you call in a crew to rescue you and they don't get there in time to prevent you from being disabled, which is likely, even if they do drive away the pirates, you're still stuck with no choice but to transload all the cargo to another ship. But now you can call in your own friend with their SRV to tow you to your destination where you can then still sell your cargo. 5. Bounty hunting. Bounty hunting creates a lot of derelict ships. And as you get up there in difficulty, derelict ships of considerable value. Drop a marker where your buddy with the SRV can take away the Constellation or Hammerhead for a price, a quite substantial price considering how expensive the salvage on those larger ships can be. You might be making more money out of generating salvage than the actual mission rewards. 6. Combat assistant beacons. Well, essentially the same thing as bounty hunting. You're generating wrecks and selling the wrecks. 7. Bunker missions. Ever notice how these bunker facilities tend to collect a lot of old wrecks? Add your friend with an SRV to the party and they can clean up the outside of the facility while you're busy cleaning up the inside, all for an extra revenue stream. 8. Wreck diving missions. Quite a number of missions have us go into old wrecks to take away the flight recorder or some other special piece of cargo. Why not, at the same time, have your buddy with the SRV haul away the whole wreck and scrap it? Or haul away the whole wreck, you take it, and then they scrap it. More secondary revenue. So, well, maybe not everything, but the SRV holds the promise to change mining, salvaging, piracy, hauling, bounty hunting, combat assistance, and most missions. Oh, wait. That is everything, isn't it? But there's a potentially even more. If I'm in the pilot seat when somebody disables my ship, and I have somebody tow my ship to a pad or hangar, can I then call up the service app from my MobiGlass and have my ship be repaired, even from a disabled state? That makes for a functional repair mechanism even before all the promised features of resource management and even without the ship having to be brought to gold standard first. And that's my point. There's no aspect of the game that you can't look at with a new face and ask, can the SRV open up secondary income from this gameplay? And the answer is pretty much always going to be yes. That's truly disruptive and transformative. And I don't think many people have really understood the degree of it. Now for an update on our giveaways. With the Hull C giveaway complete, congratulations, Mark Booster. We now have our IAE Week ship giveaway for the winner's choice of either the Galaxy Complete, the Massive Modular Mining Moving Medical Machine, or the Banu Big Box Bargain Bazaar, a.k.a. the Merchantman, or $100 of Steam Store credit. Just be a member and be entered automatically, or subscribe and comment, including the secret word. And the secret word is what is the R in SRV actually stands for. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Daniel Raymond for Ray's Guide.